Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel, the Gen X Gen Z podcast with your host, AJ.
And your host, Cece.
And today we're going to be talking about who has it harder, men or women, when it comes to dating from a Gen Z perspective.
And a Gen X perspective.
Okay.
So we're going to get into it because dating is something that, everybody is out dating. If you're single, you want to date, you want to find the love of your life. That's what people want because some people don't want to be lonely. Some people want to have a healthy relationship. But some people are finding love in all the wrong places. And
Not
so
even love, just finding people
just
rather
finding
than love.
people. And it's just like it's hard to find somebody that you can build life with and live life with, especially in this time after the pandemic where things had just got different for most people. Most people are more lonelier than ever. So we're going to just see if we can break it down from our perspective, from what we see going on in social media and in real life. Like, who has it harder, men or women? So let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay. The first question is, or the first topic is, did casual dating damage long-term relationships? And honestly, from my point of view, I say yeah, because it's like when you're casual, you're not putting feelings in it. You're not even thinking long term if you think about it. You're just thinking in the moment. And I think when you're in the moment and you're casual, where it's like you're just hooking up with somebody or you're in a situationship, you can't really, you're not really thinking about a long term relationship, and it's also saying that neither one of y'all see each other long term. For the simple fact that y'all both agree to keep it casual, if that makes sense. It's like if you both agree, like, oh, I'm only casual, I don't want to put my feelings into it, then it's like there's no chance for this to go long term because you're both already stating right now that clearly y'all don't even see each other on a long term potential, if you ask me.
Well, when it comes to dating, I think it always should be casual at the beginning. Casual don't mean, oh, let's just jump in the bed, but casual can be just keep it casual, friendly. We're getting to know each other. Let's not put too much pressure on each other. Let's keep it fun. So I think that's good at the beginning, but then we're not going to do this for 5 to 10 years. So it's just
Or
like,
even months. I
yeah,
think after the first month, I feel like you should know where you're going. I don't think a man should take years to realize that you're the one or he wants to date you. I think a man, for the first few dates, he should know, okay, is this going to be serious or not? Like, I don't, or even a woman, like, I feel like we should know. Like, that's why I think our generation gets confused at, because they have, that's where it leads into a situationship, because y'all playing with feelings and nobody's not understanding. Like, you need to know from the beginning, like, are you looking for something serious or not? And also, with the person.
I think that could be too much at the beginning. I think that's what
I don't
scares
know.
people off, and that what gets things to a complicated situation because let's have fun, okay? But a
But if you
month, we should
scared.
still just be having fun. It's just like it shouldn't be anything seriously because you could be a psycho maniac. All I know within a month, and I wouldn't know it or see it. So I think just keep it fun and cordial because every date is not going to lead to a marriage,
Yeah,
and that
but
should
you
be
should know that.
understood.
But you should know that at the beginning. I don't think it takes 5 to 10 months for somebody to realize they want to date. That don't make sense to me. I feel like you should know from the beginning. Like, you know in your head if you're looking for something casual or long term. You know that. I feel
Yeah,
like people be having motives sometimes where they know, I'm not looking to commit, like I'm not ready to open up, but they keep on leading you on. That's what
but
I'm
if
saying.
somebody is
That's
still
the confusion between casual and long term. I'm like, I'm a long term person, so I really do feel like I'm not gonna wait too long. Like, I'm gonna give you maybe a month, and I want to know, do you see potential in me or not? Like, that's how
a
I am.
month, so now you
Like,
said,
we're going on dates, we're actively talking daily, but I'm just saying, like, if he should know by the second month if he wants to date me or not. Like, I feel like,
yeah, and I think that's what he's doing. He's taking you out on dates, okay, spending time with you, and so within that first, you said 5 to 6 months or something like
no, I
that. You
said
guys are
five to ten months.
five
It
to ten
shouldn't
months.
take that long.
So you ready to get married after 10 months?
No, not get married. I think we should be like, by the fifth month. I think we should be either a couple or not. Like,
Well, you are you dating. He dating. He
no,
taking you
dating
out
and a
for because
relationship is
trust
two
me, a
different
cat.
things. Dating could just be going on dates, and date actually a relationship is when you're committed. Dating, I just feel like you're
So you
going
want
on
a
dates.
commitment after how long?
I say a month or two. Like, do you want me to be your partner or not? I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, I
Like, I
don't
don't
want I
know.
don't want to sit down and making a commitment at that soon, unless, like I said, that could be because what's the difference between love bombing and moving too fast like that? So I'm okay. Like I said, if we dating
I just don't
for
like wasting
a
time, so I
minute.
don't
Yeah,
know.
we're dating and going out and we're enjoying each other's company and we constantly seeing each other. It's consistent, and he's being consistent. I'm being consistent. Then yes, we should be having a conversation probably around the 10th month. Like, is
It
this?
take you 10 months to realize you want to be in a relationship with somebody.
I mean, I think we are in a somewhat of a relationship by going
No,
out
if
on
he
a
don't
date like
ask you
that.
out, that's not a
He
relationship.
asked
That's
you
just
out.
no,
That's why
because
you're
he
going.
okay. He could be. How you know he's not having other girls he's going on a date with?
How you know I don't have other people? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm keeping it casual. And then
Casual for
when you
ten
want to
months
be
is a long
exclusive,
time, girl.
that's when you have that conversation.
10 months to have that
Okay,
conversation, that's a waste of time.
no.
Absolutely
See,
not.
I don't believe in rushing because I feel like when you start rushing, then you get into situations that you can't get yourself
Okay,
out
also
of.
when you don't rush, you be in a situationship with somebody for the
Yeah,
next 10 years.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
like you have to have a. I just feel like when you know, like I don't know, like what's the harm in trying? Like by the 5th month, what is the harm in being like, let's be committed? Like there's no harm in it because if we don't work out, we can easily break
And
up.
let's not waste each other's time. I get that. I
Yeah.
definitely get that. But, and if that's your preference, I'm not saying what's right or wrong, to each his own, because some people have different timelines that they move on. And
Hmm.
so with you saying by 5 months, let's have a conversation. Are we committed? Or you said within 2 months,
No,
let's
I
have.
said the first month we're actively knowing each other. I feel like by the second month you should have an idea. Like, do I want to continue or not? Like, I feel like
Hmm.
that's pretty valid. I'm not saying, oh, let's hop in and get married. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I feel like you should have an idea. You should be like letting me know, no, I'm not really feeling it, or I should be letting you know, hey, I don't see this working. Like, I feel like we should have
So
an
you ready to cut
idea.
it off just in case? Just if you can't have a conversation within 2 months, either it's all or nothing. I'm
Yeah,
cutting it off.
yeah, it's
Oh,
like trying to figure out, like I don't do casual well, as you can see. I don't do
clearly.
casual well at all because I feel like it's a waste of time. I feel like you like I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
with
like you should
me,
know.
I don't think it's a waste of time if we're enjoying each other company and we're getting to know each other. I feel like that's a bond that's building. Now, when it get to the point that we only want to exclusively see each other, then yes, that's a conversation that needs to be had. But for the most part, we're just enjoying each other because, like I say, at the beginning when you get to know somebody, I just assume they still seeing other people. They didn't just come on the face of the earth. They didn't just land from Mars onto Earth. They've been seeing other people. I've probably been seeing other people. And then so we started dating and seeing each other within and as time goes, but after a month, I don't if he sit down and tell me within a month he want to be exclusive, and I probably won't
Or
take it
like
well.
exclusive, you could be like exclusive as in I just want to focus on you, and I'm
Okay.
cutting all other things because I think that's the difference in our generation where Gen
Mhm.
Zs we have it probably a different definition where exclusive don't mean like it does mean me and you like I'm only seeing you, you only seeing
Mhm.
me. I think that's valid by the second month or even within the first month. I feel like well not the first month, maybe the second third month. I feel like that's valid. I'm not saying oh my
Yeah,
god like
that's
we have
valid.
to go date right now. I feel like just saying I want to focus on you. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Like I
I
don't.
like that. I
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
like the casual where it's like, well, I'm still talking to people because that means obviously you're not compatible with me. You don't like me enough. Then it's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
don't think that should go on for 10 months, like you said.
Not 10 months,
No.
not 10 months doing that. But if, like I said, if he just want to be exclusive with me and I just want to be exclusive with him, and we both on the same page,
Hmm.
then yeah, and nothing wrong with the conversation because, like I said, if he don't agree with it and he don't and I don't agree with it, then either we gonna I guess at that point we have to go our own separate ways because I
Hmm.
somebody just got shot down.
You're
So,
right, and then y'all
so
not on the same page. So
no, but yeah, I don't want to move fast because I think when you move fast, you get into a situation that you can't get out of. And then if you agree to be exclusive with a psycho, then girl,
that's
you ain't
true.
gonna shake them.
It's
You're not
really
gonna
just a
shake them.
discernment, like really using your intuition. I feel like
Right.
I feel like out there when you're with somebody, you can kind of tell like if this person gonna be for me or not. I feel like we kind of get a glimpse and or an
Not
idea.
really, because they send their representatives on the first few dates.
They can, but a man is not gonna after three. He's not gonna last a year not showing his true
And
colors.
okay,
It's
and then
gonna
when
be
he know
within probably 3 months.
when he know those true colors about to come out, he going, oh baby, we need to be exclusive, just me and you, because in other words, my crazy about to come out and I can't take it. No,
What?
it's just like no. If you're crazy, because sometimes they want to rush because they know they can't hold that representative about to clock
Okay, but
out.
it's still gonna come through at some point. So just
Let me
because you're
see it. Let
committed
me see it first.
don't mean you can't back out. You
Yeah.
can easily back out. That's why I say don't be showing nobody where
No,
you
you
live.
can't.
Don't be
Sometimes
you
you can't
can't
with
do
these
that
crazy
stuff.
men these
You
days because you
no.
try to back out when you done told them, you done so
Everybody
called
that
made a
can't take
commitment.
rejection will.
No, they can't. So that's why I don't want to rush into nothing because I don't know what these
But
crazy
at the
folks
same
is getting
time, you
into.
don't want to prolong it and realize he's crazy still, and you just wasted two
A
years
crazy
that you
person
can't
can't
get back.
prolong they crazy for too long. No, they can't. No, they can't.
I don't know.
Now, that's not to say that later on he can't snap or whatever. That's just, I mean, you can't control everything. But I think the more that you give it time and be patient, that showed me that he has patience. I don't need to be rushed. I definitely don't like to be rushed. But like I said, if we both feeling it and we come to this mutual conversation, and then we still, just because we made a commitment or something like that, like, okay, we're going to only exclusively see each other, then we can still continue to date. Because sometimes once you say we're going to exclusively see each other, now the date stop. Now he just want to come over to your house and chill. And now, no, I'm
No,
not
that's a
doing that.
different from. But technically, he didn't ask you out. So.
Yeah, he did because you guys been
No,
hanging
you
out.
said exclusive, but I'm saying actually being like, will you be my girlfriend? I think that's what I'm saying exclusive means. What I'm saying exclusive is like saying me and you, we're just focusing on each
Yeah,
other.
that's
But he
girlfriend,
hasn't.
boyfriend, right?
No, don't he have to ask you out to be like, hey, like, yeah, I think
Gen
so.
Zs, that's the difference between us. It's the
No, at least with
communications.
me,
That's not.
at least with me, like exclusive. I don't know, like they could be like, I'm
That
talking
is
about just
exclusive.
be no, just focusing on you and me, saying like I cut off all other options, but we're still getting to know each other. We're still talking, but he hasn't asked you out yet.
So okay, so he supposed to
Like
say,
I'm saying,
"I
like,
want
will you
this."
be
I
my
just
girlfriend?
then he what do he get down on one knee and ask you to be his girlfriend?
No, it could be at a nice dinner
He
table.
just hold your hand, baby. Will you be my girlfriend?
No,
Okay,
no, I'm
see
just
what I'm saying?
joking.
That's the game. That's the games
No,
they
no,
play.
I'm kidding. Like we're just being silly, but still,
Well, so yeah, so you have a shorter timeline when it comes to, oh, I want to be exclusive. Let's know where it's going.
yeah, I just
Me,
don't
I
like
just want
wasting
it to
time.
gradually go.
Yeah, I just don't like wasting time because I
Hmm.
just feel like time is precious, and you just don't want to be with somebody for 5 years and they still don't know if they want to be with you.
No, 5 years, no, you definitely shouldn't do that
Mm-mm.
because at that point they wasting your time and holding you back from the person that
That
could
you're meant to be
potentially
with.
be your person. Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
the next thing on the topic?
I think we kind of like, does commitment feel harder? I think so. Yeah, commitment
Clearly,
feels
because
harder, especially in our generation. Because I feel like our generation, we are always, most of us are always in the casual phase. Like they even got hookups and stuff now where that is kind of was normalized, probably still is normalized, like rather than opening up and being committed. It's like, why commit to one person? I think people just have a hard time like committing to one person and feeling like, oh my god, like, am I gonna be stuck with this person? I don't know, like
I think you
commitment
guys need to
probably
learn how to
scary.
open up your hearts and
Yeah,
not the legs. Okay, so it's just like the girls got to
not
stop.
everybody do
I
that.
know
It's
not. I
just
know not everybody does that, but I'm just saying you got to open up the heart and communicate and it comes with spending time with each other, getting to know each other. So I just feel like you guys are so microwave, so rushed, so fast, so give me or all or nothing type of thing, and that's why you guys are having a hard time with it. And I think that you just need to kind of slow it down, enjoy the moment. Don't be so TikTok with it,
yeah, I do
okay?
think people do need to calm down and don't
Right.
give people everything at the beginning of the relationship. Like it's
Mhm.
different. Like I said, you could be like me and you. We're focusing on each other, like I said, but at the same time, I don't think we need to be so quick to sleep with each other. We don't need to be so quick to like be like
Well, you
you
know
can.
that once he asked for that, because you said you want him to tell you, are we exclusive? Once they get that exclusive, they ready to be like,
No,
okay.
as a woman or even as a man, you can withhold that. You don't have to give that to
No, you don't.
nobody
You don't
quickly,
have
and you
to.
shouldn't give that to nobody quickly. I'm a big believer of that. That's something should that come later, and that takes time. I don't think like I feel like once you give it to a man, I mean,
Yeah,
what else
the
does he
thrill is
want? And then
gone.
also people moving in with their partners earlier. It's like if you're giving them wife material before you're actually a wife, why does he need to feel like he needs to marry you? It's like I'm not gonna marry somebody that's giving me
No,
everything.
you already paying 50 of the bills, so no.
Exactly.
So I think
It's like a
that it's too
friendship
rush,
for real.
rush. And so when it comes to Gen X men and Gen Z men and then millennials, because they kind of, because when I say I'm a Gen X, let's just clear that up. I'm a baby Gen X. Okay, I would normally qualify as a millennial, but I was like no. So within a couple of months I could have been a millennial, but then I fall into Gen X. So I just want to clear that up real fast. Put that out there.
I'm a Gen Z all the way.
Yeah, you're Gen Z all the way, and I can tell y'all just so Give me now, now.
No,
Okay, then once you get it, oh, never mind.
yeah, and we lose interest. You gotta keep. That's the thing. You gotta keep that like. I don't know. The spark gotta stay alive. I feel like, but then
Yeah,
at the same time, it's kind of like the right person will give you everything
well,
you
and I
want.
have to say, when it comes to Gen Z boys and Gen X boys, back in the day, I'm seeing a difference. The Gen Z boys, they was coming up with prom proposals. They were actually trying to ask you girls out, and y'all girls were like, "Honey, if you ain't making six figures, we don't want you." And it's like the baby ain't up but in middle school and high school. He ain't making six
Well,
figures.
that's not reasonable. I think
Well,
that is
I'm
just
just saying, I'm
silly,
pushing it
but
on
yeah.
that part. But you girls want the guys to be having, remember the promposal
Hmm.
epidemic when everybody was when the boys was going over and making proposals to the girls to take them to the prom, and the girls was embarrassing him on camera in front of the school. And I
But was it a guy that they knew, or was it a guy that just had interest
well,
and was
we don't
asking?
know. It was just a
Like, you
situation
gotta
going
be
viral.
careful with that. You have to be careful because, like I'm saying, if y'all both know y'all like each other, then doing that is cute. But if it's just a guy who have a crush on you, and as a girl you're not really informed or you don't feel that way about him, it's like
But did
she doesn't have to say yes.
No, she don't. But do the
But
girls
then
have
she
to
don't
be
need to
so
be
mean
mean.
about it?
But they
They
don't
so
need to be
mean
mean.
about
You could
it.
easily just pull them to the side and be like, "I appreciate the offer."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I see you as a good friend, but
Hmm.
I don't think that I would want
But
to.
even then, a prom isn't a marriage. It's just a fun
Yeah,
thing. It's
just
like
go.
just go.
Just
Yeah.
like if you don't have another date, then just go. Just have fun with this individual because this person thought so much of you
Hmm.
to make a whole event out of it. That's got to be something special. Now, again, do you need to marry this person? No, maybe not. But you what's wrong with taking a couple of pictures with them? Because prom and just because at the end of the day, we all gonna be when you go to the prom. You all are in the same room together, so you can just have fun together. So
Hmm.
I didn't think that should have been a mean situation with some
Mm-mm.
of the girls. And I feel like when it comes to the Gen boys really do try. And I ain't saying that our boys didn't try or whatever, but our boss was nice, and then of course our boss was 90 fine, and then so it was just a lot. It was a good time. We went to dances, we went to um, everything, every event. We had spring break, we'd have fun on doing that. So we were very social
Hmm.
back in my day.
Hmm.
Very social, having a good time, and so dating was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun versus not so much pressure,
Yeah.
and how we know things are progressing to something serious because we're always together.
Right. And then that leads me into my next question.
Hmm.
Do you think men feel pressure to provide in this economy that's tougher now? And like I said, I do think so, especially you Gen Z boys, because I feel like this economy, it's not like none of us aren't trying. Like, I feel like a lot of people are trying. I just think it's different times and it's more pressure to be in a relationship to be the provider. And then at the same time, you also have the women being like, I don't want traditional roles. So it's like, if you're not willing to be the traditional wife that he wants, what makes you think he has to be the traditional husband to provide? And I do
Hmm.
think men are feeling pressure because it's harder to get jobs. It's harder to even buy a house. It's also harder to already date as it is, but also, some men do got degrees and still have a hard time finding a job. So I do think men feel pressure to provide.
Well, yeah, I can feel the pressure that the men are having, especially because not just because of how the economy is happening and going
Hmm.
on, but also the girls have higher standards.
That's
Okay,
true.
they looking at social media and they want the girls
This,
because they see the girls who are with the boys who making millions of dollars and rappers and basketball players, and then they want
what they
little
have.
Tyrone and little James to have the same amount, and it's just not possible. And so I feel like you put so much pressure on the boys. The boys can't handle that type of pressure because they making average amounts,
Hmm.
and so
But there's a different, like what do you mean by average? Do you mean like they're financially stable, or is it like they're making minimum wage and just can't make it by?
well,
Like,
it
I
depends
think
on what stage we're looking at. If they in high school, they probably making minimum wage. If they
yeah.
graduated from college and stuff like that, they probably making higher wages, but it's still not millions of dollars like they think the rappers and all those people
Yeah,
are
and I think
making.
that's fine. I think we do got to be reasonable. It's fine to have standards. There's nothing wrong with having standards, but at your age level, it needs to make sense. Like, I don't expect somebody in their 20s to be a whole billionaire. Like,
Because
you
he
know, because you
building.
see, yeah, it's building. Because you see people like Bill Gates, it's like he had to build to get where he is at 60, 70, or however old
Yeah, to
he
be a
is.
billionaire, he's
Yeah.
60 something years old.
Yeah,
So,
so you like you
yeah.
don't this isn't overnight money. This is stuff that comes with time, and it's one of those type of things where you do got to give men leeway to grow. You know, I'm not saying have a man that is a deadbeat and isn't paying for nothing, have you paying for stuff. But I'm saying, like, if you see him starting a business, doing stuff, it's gonna take time. Like, it doesn't mean he's broke. It doesn't mean, oh, he's not trying. It's just to get to a millionaire, a billionaire status, they have to have mistakes. They
Hmm.
have failures too that don't always work out, and then they go back and restart it. Like, I think that's the
Yeah, I think the standards are too high during the dating process. Now, when he get down on one knee and try to propose and want to, when he get down on one knee and he say that he wants to marry you, he pretty much is saying, "I want to take you away from your father's care and from your parents' care, and I want to care for you." And
hmm
so he need to have be able to do so, which means house you, feed you, and then if you have children, be able to take care of all that. He do need to have all that in line for that,
yeah,
you
but that
know.
comes with time.
That comes with times for sure. But when it comes to dating, the girls want the boys to be
They want to be wine and dine, and
they
that's the
could you could be
thing.
wine and dine
I
with a
think
check
that's what they
a check and wine and dine
hmm
somebody,
And,
you know.
and I think that's the thing about women, where they have these high standards, where they feel like on the first date they need to be taking them to a $1 million restaurant and stuff. But it's like, at the same time, I'm not trying to be that person, but it's like, what are you going to do for him,
You
even if he
sound just
was.
like the men too. Talking about what do you bring to the
No,
table?
I'm just saying, like, as a girl, it's like I try to see both sides. I really do. Like, I see, okay, this could be a lot, but from a women's standpoint, it's so easy for us to be like, oh, I want this, I want that. But at the same time, it's like, are you going to be the traditional girlfriend, or the traditional wife, I should say, like, when you do get to that level. And a lot of women be like, well, I don't want to be a stay at home. Some people be like, I don't want to stay at home
A
with the
lot of
kid.
people want to stay at home because they tired of working.
Some
But
people don't, but I'm
it's
just saying, I don't think the women want to be boggled down with the kids 24/7 in the nicest way possible. That's why Gen Z's
that's the
ain't don't
healthiest
want to
way to
have no
do it.
kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think that when it comes to Gen Z and finances, I think you guys are not seeing the true picture. You guys are probably listening to what somebody else on social media is saying, and y'all feel like it's your situation. Because I feel like you guys do make enough money to go out there and do what everybody's been doing for generations. You guys think you don't because of social media. I feel like most of you, when you first start off, you have good credit or no credit. You can build on that. And then once you have credit and you work in a job, you can buy a house. Can you buy your ideal home? Most people can't buy their ideal home, the first home they buy. Usually it'd be the second
you
home or
think we
something
could,
like
you
that.
think we could buy a house with the money we make?
Y'all make way more money than what we made
No,
back in the
but you gotta
day.
realize that houses are at an all-time high now.
They are,
You gotta
but then
realize
think
that
about
rent
it.
is like, you can't find a place really for under $2,000, and that's apartments, and you know that.
Yeah,
Like,
I know that, but I'm just saying. Well, no, they all were not $2,000. Some of you guys have higher standards, and you know that you have higher standards than a
yeah, because
lot.
you want to live in a nice place. Like, you
You
don't
want to
want to
have
be.
nice, but your first apartment ain't got to be the top of the top. It's not. You guys
It,
don't know how to settle for, and it's not really settle. Get something safe. Get something that within your budget. Humble. You humble beginnings. You guys don't like humble beginnings. You want luxury, top 10, best of the
I
best.
don't think there's nothing wrong with wanting good stuff. Like,
Nothing wrong with wanting it but if you can't
I'm not
afford
gonna
it.
be paying $2,000 to be in a raggedy apartment. If you think about it, these days it's hard to find an apartment that is really affordable or cheap, that don't look like rats been running around all day. Like,
No, that's not true because there's some nice ones out there. It's just that you'll sometimes you guys will find little small things that like, oh no, I don't like that. It's like be humble. Be humble a little bit. There's nothing wrong with being a little humble. That doesn't mean that you should settle for less than what you're worth. But I think you guys' standards are too high. It's too high. It's like bring it down to the actual level that it should be. And that doesn't mean you go below, but bring it down.
I
It's
mean,
like
high
it just
standards also make you want to work for more. So if it's like, if I really want a place or something, it's like, I'm gonna work harder to get there, or try to find ways to make more money. So if your standards
right.
not high, if you're just willing to settle for something, like, I guess you could say that's just making making you buy. Like I feel like people can want nice stuff. We can want nice stuff. I feel like yeah, yeah, that you pay for. Yes, I agree. Like you will
Okay.
want good quality food if you pay for food. It's not saying high standards because I went to a 5-star restaurant and I expect high quality food. It's like duh.
But that's just like going to college and want to have filet mignon every night. You know that most college students go out there and they have to have their little ramen noodles, they little lunches, cafeteria lunches, and things like that. I think that's humble beginning, so that when you do get out of college and you are making the money, you don't go out there and just overdo it. It's like I don't really. A lot of people, if they really realize it, you don't really need a lot of materials. You don't need a lot of materials because materials hold you down. I feel like, from the last move I done, it's just like too much materials hold you down. You thought you needed this and needed that. You really don't. And I feel like if you have humble beginnings, you know, and humble yourself just a little bit. Again, you ain't got to be in a Roach Motel. You ain't got to be not that type of humble. But you don't have to have a 5-bedroom. You can get you a 1-bedroom, maybe a 2-bedroom or something like that, and then grow from that. You don't want, if you start off with a nice $500,000 house first out the door, it's like whether you go after that, then you're gonna stress yourself out trying to achieve anything bigger than that. It's like take baby steps. What if a baby started walking and first thing as soon as they start walking, we put them into the Olympics and make them run? They're gonna lose. So it's baby
So
steps.
what you're saying, we are putting too much pressure
Yeah,
on these
y'all
men
starting
to
off and want to start off with the Olympic gold medal. It's like calm down. You have to train first, and I think training is life. You need to go through life and humble yourself. Start off beginning at a certain level, and then work your way up. That's more rewarding.
Yeah, I agree. I do
Yeah.
agree. But yeah.
And then so when you do that, if you got that mind frame, then you'll understand that when it comes to somebody your age as well, when it comes to a man, don't put the pressure on him to have all the things like that in his teens or 20s and something like that. You know that comes with time as well. But I don't believe in dating somebody for their so-called potential. You need to see that he's on the road to that. Like, is he in college? Does he have a business mindset? Is he positive? Is he the type that, okay, life is gonna make you fall sometimes? When he falls, do he get back up? And that's what you want to see in a good partner. And when you see those type of things, then yeah, I would say yes. Let's grow together. Let's do this together. That way, so don't put so much pressure on the man, because 9 times out of 10, if the man can go and wine and dine you and take you to all these luxury places at a time where you guys are not making money like that, is he doing something illegal? And baby, your man gonna be locked up in 5 to 10 years, doing 5 to 10 years, and you're gonna be on the sideline waiting for him to come home.
Now waiting.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So it comes with, be a little lenient on the men your age.
Yeah, I agree. So now,
But when it
so
comes to my age, baby, you better have it together, okay?
Lord.
Because what's the point? You don't have more than enough time.
So now for the women, do you think women no longer want to do traditional roles?
Baby, the women are tired. But the thing about it is, women will do traditional role for traditional men. Like men back in the day were building houses. If they didn't build the house, they knew how to fix the house. They knew how to farm. They knew how to, bring in the food. They provided for their family. Out there working hard. They was out there. When they came home, they knew how to repair things. It was like the men were good with their hands, and they were great protectors. Because they worked hard, they invested in their family, so they're gonna protect their family. The men these days, sometimes they want it all, and then they can do anything. They can't do anything. They
Exactly. Can't
barely
build
do
a house.
anything.
Can't help
No,
you fix your car. It's like that's what I think.
don't
So,
want to pump your gas.
so
I
I
think
think
the guys your age don't want to pump the gas. Don't want to get the hand dirt. Don't know how to change a tire. So it's just like,
but they'll carry around a person.
oh yeah, to
No,
see.
no, but I'm just
So
saying it's like yeah, man wants like I feel like if you want a woman to be taking care of your kids or cleaning, cooking for you, because a man you want home cooked meals, right? You want good cooked
Mm-hmm.
meals. You also got to be able to provide and help her fix things and do things that a man should do. If we're gonna keep these traditional gender roles, like you got to do equal take and give. Like I
And
feel
not
like
just so equal take with the points. Is she working just as hard as you out there? She out there making money, you making money. You want her to come home and then, cook and clean and laundry. And if you, Lord forbid, you have kids, do all of that while you just sit back in the lazy boy. No, that's
exactly,
not
but our
happening no more.
generation talking about they don't want to
They don't
have
want no
kids. They
kids,
taking
so
out
that's
the
fine.
kids. So I think you
Hmm.
would think it should be easier if you're saying you don't want to have kids, or maybe it's just right now because most of us still are in our 20s. So it's like
Hmm.
we're trying to figure it out because life is hard. So that's probably we're just saying that right now. But it's like y'all was having kids in y'all 20s and early teenagers, and but we said we ain't
Y'all
doing
still
that.
having kids in y'all teenage years
Some
too,
of them,
so
but
don't stop.
most of us.
But I do appreciate. I would love to see the girls who say, "Yeah, right now we don't want kids or
Mm-hmm.
kid free right now," because again, if you having a baby right now and unstable and bring the baby in an unstable situation, you're just
Stress.
creating generational curses and trauma and drama and things like that. And again, you can be trying your best and still not be doing the ultimate thing that you could be doing if you had a partner that was helping with this, because it does take a village to raise the kids, and not just sometimes, it's just sometimes it definitely take more than mom and dad, but that's a basics that you at least want to have. You want to have mom, dad, grandma, aunties, everybody around to help, rear in the raising of the child. So, and most of the time we don't have that no more. So it's very smart for you guys to decide, yeah, we're gonna wait on having children right now because we want to get things together. Y'all want to get y'all finances together. Y'all want to make sure that y'all, have a stable foundation before you bring a child. And that's intelligent. That's smart. And I love that
Mm-hmm.
about your generation.
Yep. So
Hmm.
moving on to the next thing. Should men always pay for dates? So this one might stir some feathers, but
Ruffle
honestly,
them.
ruffle,
Hmm.
yeah. Honestly, I feel like the first date, I feel like whoever asks who out, I feel like most men traditionally do pay for the first date. Now, do they have to pay for all the dates going forward? No. I feel like that's where you start to alternate if you really like them. Now, if you don't like them, you probably shouldn't be going on dates with them. But most of the time, I feel like the first initial date, yes, a man should pay for it or should want to pay for it. But like I said, most of the time men do ask women out on the first date. So yes, the first date. But should they pay for all the dates going forward? No, I feel like the women should chip in, especially. But one thing about us women, if we really like a man, we will chip in. Like I don't think that's really a problem. So
Well, I like the man to pay for the dates. Now, the thing is that,
all of them.
well, how many we going on? If
Like I'm saying,
I think
dates.
that's
You could
very
also,
masculine.
but men could also like you go on dates still when you're dating too in marriage. Like you go on
Yeah.
cute outing dates. He don't have to pay for all of them.
So, okay, at the beginning, yes, I expect him to pay for the dates. But it's been plenty of times. I'm the type of person that, I'll get tickets to a sporting event, or I get tickets to a comedy show, so that's me taking care of the date and paying for the date and doing stuff like that. I'll do stuff like that all the time. I'm a great person at planning out dates, but for the most part, I do expect the man to sponsor the dates. Yes, I do. But again, I'm the type that will do fun things like get tickets to different things. I'm also the type that if I'm out shopping, I see a shirt that my guy will look good in, I'll pick that up. I'm that type of person. So I'll definitely find other ways to contribute to the relationship. I'm not just oh give me type of girl. But
Hmm.
for the dates, I feel like a man, pay for that date. On your birthday, I'll take you out and stuff like that. But for the traditional dating, yes, let them pay. But then it'll be sometimes I'll surprise with tickets and different things to different situations and add to the dating process.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
definitely would. Also take care of my man too, like for sure.
All
Like I
right.
said, like like paying for stuff. Like if I want to go out with him, I'll be like, hey, like let's go to this nice restaurant and stuff. And like I'm not gonna say it, but I'm already pay for it. Like you know what I'm saying? Kind of
Right.
surprise him and stuff like that. I think that's cute and that's a good thing. But just understanding that. Hmm.
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, men should pay for most of the dates, yes, because that's courting. And I feel like if you take that from him, girl, what do he got? Okay, he should do that with pride. But there's a woman that is, contributing to the relationship as well. Should also, give her, her little benefits too. Buying little things for him, and also taking him out on a couple of dates as well.
Okay. So what do you think is something that both genders need to improve on?
Definitely make sure they communicating well. I think that both genders can definitely benefit from doing that.
And
Uh,
being reasonable too.
yeah, yeah, setting your expectations and letting each other know what the expectations are, so that if something is too high and you can't reach the standards that this person have, then you may not want to go any further, because that'll be stressful for you trying to achieve a standard from somebody that you just don't see for yourself.
Yeah, so being transparent early on, I
Right.
think is a very big thing. Like definitely saying exactly what you mean so you can see if this is gonna work out or not. Like I think that would help a lot of men and women out at the beginning and not just being like, well maybe later on this person could change or maybe they might have a different thought. No. No, at the
hmm
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think some women sometimes will go in a relationship and she'll see his potential and then try to promote him and want him to, he may be the manager of a company, but you're like, oh, but baby, you could be the CEO and you could be this, you could be that. And it sounds good on the outside looking in. It's like, why not? Who wouldn't want that? But then who wouldn't want that is maybe the man. He probably like, yeah, I'm happy being a manager. I don't want to go in higher because it's a more stressful job. It's something that
Mhm.
I'm not willing to do. I don't want to put myself through that type of pressure. And you need to understand that. And if you're not comfortable dating a manager, then this man may not be for you.
Right.
If you want to see, oh, you got to go for the man who wants that in his life. Because sometimes we women would come in and want to help build a man and build them up, which I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, unless the person don't want that. They
Right.
don't see that for themselves. And the more you try to build them up and take them to the next level or influence them to go to the next level, the more pressure you putting on them and the more they don't want to be there. And that's now all of a sudden the relationship is starting to go downhill.
Mhm.
Right. So yeah, communicate well
Yeah.
and let them know what you're looking for. If you're not happy with a manager, don't date a manager.
Right. Like just being transparent,
hmm
upfront, communicating, and being very truthful in what you say and what you do,
Right.
and being honest. Yeah.
hmm What
Anything.
else you got? That's all we got on the list.
Um. Well, we have like has hookup culture benefited anyone long term?
It benefits you for that one moment in
One moment
time.
at night and then you feeling empty the next day and lonely.
hmm
Like no, it don't benefit anybody. And I feel like Gen Z's definitely took the hookup culture way too far. Maybe more than any other generations. If I feel like, because I feel like that is so normalized to the point that, like I said, some people don't even know what commitment is.
Yeah, I think y'all took it way too far. Cause back in the day when we said hook up, it mean like we linked up. We probably hung out together. Maybe a smooch here and there, a hug, something like that. It don't always mean that you went all the way. I think with y'all culture, it's like y'all done did the wham bam,
I'm
thank you,
talking about with
ma'am.
multiple people.
Yeah,
Like
it's
just
like
messy.
it's like y'all went too far. So no, it's just like you gotta, baby, don't give somebody everything. Like it's like if you meet somebody and you hand them all your valuable. Here's my social security number. Here's my credit cards. Here's my checking account. Here. And it's just like, okay, thank you. Take what you got, take what they got from you, and leave. It's like there's nothing else you can offer me. And so it's like, don't give people your valuables, okay? Don't allow somebody access to your womb, okay, too soon, because you done gave away everything you got, and they gonna judge you on it, even though they may have been pressure you on
They're
wanting
like,
it.
dang, you
They
give
gonna
away
judge you on. They're
everything.
like, dang, if you do that for me, you do that for
For anybody,
everybody.
and they're not gonna see value in
And
you.
they
It's just
not.
gonna be a hit, bam, wham, and then they're done. Like I said, it's like I'm really curious if anybody out there has ever gotten into a long term marriage partner doing a hookup culture. Like they're not thinking like that, and it's very rare that people
It
would
may
do
be
that.
one or two people who got a story
I was gonna
like
say
that.
some people may have a story, but I'm like most people probably do not.
And it's like, girl, did you really marry a husband or did you marry a homosexual? Somebody
Mhm.
who did that wham bam thank you ma'am with you just so they can move in with you, get 50-50
Mhm.
out of you, get a provider, okay? And you the provider. So, yeah, you got to watch out for that because that's real. We may need to do an episode on homosexuals, how they come into your life, love bomb you, just so they can drive your car, get keys to your house, access to everything that you got because they don't got it for themselves.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot of men out there that is it.
Right. So hookup culture, um, is not beneficial unless you both agree to it. You both know it is what it is, and you know, mature enough to handle that. But that's too much. That's too much for somebody that you barely know.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So is that gonna wrap up the episode?
I
Is that
think
all we got
I
for
think
you
that is
guys?
I think that's gonna wrap up the episode. So let's answer our final question.
Okay.
But to top it off, so who really has it harder, men or women? Because I think it's easy to say women, but at the same time, it's like I want to be fair and say I think both have it hard because it's hard. Like a lot's going on these days.
I think life can be hard for anybody, for real. You know, whether men or women. I think life can be hard, but I think what's hard is finding that right one for you. And I think sometimes some people look in all the wrong places for that so-called Mr. and Mrs. Right, and no, it's just like a diamond. I always like to use this analogy. Like a diamond is so valuable and it doesn't lose its value. But you can't find a diamond just laying around anywhere. You're not gonna find a diamond in the club. You're not gonna find a diamond on the streets. You're not gonna find a diamond. Where are you gonna find a diamond? In the most unexpected, exclusive place, and where a lot of pressure has been applied to it. So you're not going to find it on the surface. So it's going to be something that's going to take some digging, going deep, okay, within yourself, within the other person. You know, the other person got to do the digging as well. And then you guys come together and then meet. But you both got to do the work. So in order to find that diamond in the rough, you got to actually put in that work. So it's hard for everybody. So digging for diamonds is not easy, and finding the diamond is not easy. And then once you get it, you got to know the value of it. Okay, so that nobody else won't come and take it from you, you know, because they'll see the value too, and they don't want to work hard for it. So I think it's hard for men and women both to find it equally, because some people will come and act like they got the diamond for you, like, baby, I'm shining, I'm this, I'm that, and baby, that's a cubic zirconia. Okay, that's some glass, baby, and don't get cut.
Yeah.
All right,
Very well said. I agree.
you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so you feel like men and women have it hard, or
I think both do have it hard because I think we're at a time now where standards are getting higher. We're at a time now where people have been through experiences where they're like, I know my worth and I'm not gonna settle for less. And other people out there knows it too. So I think we're in the time and age where we're able to see things more clearer and understand exactly what we're heading and what we need. Like you said, knowing that everybody isn't gonna be for us out there. Most 99% of people ain't gonna be for us. It's gonna be that one person, if that, that's out there for
mm-hmm.
somebody. And it's like being honestly, it's just about being realistic rather than saying who has it harder. It's just about both parties, both men and women being realistic and realizing that, you know,
And being intentional. Know your intentions. Set your goals. Okay. Make sure that you're that diamond that you're seeking. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're prepared when you do meet your Mr. Diamond or Mrs. Diamond. You know, you don't want to be a cubic zirconia or glass, like I said, when you meet your diamond, because at that point he ain't gonna see you or she ain't gonna see you, and you don't want to be passed up like that. So put in that work right now, for yourself. You know, and make sure that you're secure within yourself who you are, and you're gonna find that person. You know, and don't be out there hooking up and thinking you're gonna
Please
run into
don't.
that diamond, because it's
You're
not.
better than that.
You're
Don't
better
do
than
that.
that, right? But again, enjoy and have fun in the whole process.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
That
but
brings us to the
yeah, so that
end.
brings us to the end. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a fun conversation, honey.
It
You
was.
know, I learned a lot here.
Me
Okay,
too.
it's like,
And we
girl.
actually had debate, so
Right, healthy debate is always good. So, if you like this channel and you like these type of topics, because we always getting into it, baby. And so, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Go down to that comment section. Let us know any topics that you want to hear, and we'll be more than happy to discuss it on the channel. And
make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.
right, thank you, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.